This is our preparation video from Gavotte from Mignon in Suzuki Book 2. Composer is Mr. Thomas. It's allegretto, which is a little bit slower than allegro. It's 2 beats in a major, quarter note gets 1 count. When I did my Suzuki training on this piece, at the end of it, I was told to change the ending a little bit. So basically, measure 68, I take out that up bow on the last note. Actually, I take out the up. I think that does end up. And I take out the pizzicato. I don't pizzicato until the chords. So my last part's going to be... Do another up to get at the frog. I would encourage you to practice those chords. So those squiggly lines mean instead of going... that we roll the chords and think about it more one note at a time. Think about your motion on your hand as far as, yes, it sounds weird, but it does make a difference if I go, oops, that was the wrong chord, versus if I go. So think about how your arm's going to move for that. You want to draw the sound up and away. And so you make your hand go up and away. That B to C or the E to the C, you want to really work on that intonation on that. For me, that always feels like a bigger space than I think it should be between the 1 and the 2 on those strings. And we haven't done a lot of double stops and triple stops and quadruple stops yet. We will later learn how to play those with the bow as well. So, Gavotte from Mignon, I'm going to think about a marcato bow. Even though it's got dots and not accents, I'm going to think more marcato or martelé. They're the same bow stroke, different names. It's actually just different languages. So in allegretto, we learned how to sync and release. You might want to review that because we're going to do that on the 8th notes. I think of it as little points, coming to points. This has written out trills, essentially. So on measure 5, we're going to go twice with the second finger, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then you want to practice your bow stop because people slur into the A. Huckleberry apple. Or huckleberry jello, depending which one you're doing. That's if I'm counting 8th notes instead of counting quarters. Then on measure 21, we've got that. So you want to think about that like you're touching a hot stove or a hot iron and you can't get off of it fast enough. Just really get it off there. There's a circle around number 1. There are a 1 and a circle around it on measure 23. I don't remember if we've done this finger pattern yet. I'm not sure that we have. It's a low 1 and a high 2. E flat to F sharp. And a regular 4. So you want to make sure your thumb can release and come where it needs to go to make you be able to make that reach. So we're adding a half step reach. So that's the new finger pattern for that you want to really get solid on. I'm trying to think what scale would do it. And I guess a G harmonic minor would. Let me move that so you can see it. So we would have G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F sharp, G. Low 2 on the G string, regular 3, D, low 1, high 2, G. So that could be something else you could practice. Sometimes people have a hard time with those slurs there. Then at number 2, that circle 2, major, the end of major 24. So one way people get lost in here. 1 potato, 2 whoa, that's an E flat, sorry. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. That helps people with that. You also have to be careful. Measure 7 is your first ending. And then measure 15 is our second ending for that. Now, number 3 is halfway through measure 35. If you remember all that low 1 stuff we did, if you remember the low 1 finger pattern, the yellow finger pattern starting on low 1, E flat, F, G, A flat, don't go into half position. But if you remember that finger pattern and just do that finger pattern from Roman number, or from that 3 in the circle up to the odd tempo halfway through measure 46, that's what you have to remember. That will take care of that part. And then when you've got the 8th and then the 16th and the 16th rest, you can think blackberry, blueberry, whichever one you like. Or I just cut off the 8th note. I just take my bow off and come down on the right, on the beat. And that's how I get that rest in there, thinking about that. So that is basically the preparations for it. You need to know measure 61. There's a GP on that. So one thing to note, we have 2 beats in the measure, but they're showing a whole rest in measure 61. You can use, it doesn't matter how many beats are in the measure. If you put a whole rest in the measure, it means the whole measure. So it doesn't matter if there's 17 beats in the measure or 2 beats in the measure. A whole rest still works for that. Grand pause, the GP means grand pause, which means don't play. Nobody plays on a grand pause, so it's a quiet spot in the piece. So one of the things we'll do, and I'll do this in the next video, is I'll say, grand pause, please wait. So that's 8th notes, not quarter notes. There's some dynamics in here to think about. Odd tempo means go back to the regular tempo. So that's the bulk of the stuff from Gavotte from Mignon. And I will see you in the how to play video.